I didn't want it to be that long, so I cheated only on myself, really, with the post, with the intro. So good to see you. I see you, OGs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome. Great Saturday morning to you. I see you. And again, my apologies. I'm a little bit on the tardy side today. Like I said, it's always something that kind of like grabs you and and just like it's like what happened? Okay, everything was going fine. And everything is still going fine because everything is always great, hence the smile on my face because I feel amazing and it is an amazing day no matter what goes on, okay? Because it just never stops the podcast and it never just stops us from being together and achieving maximum greatness, okay? Because that's what we're looking at today. That's what we're looking for. I am Mitch Race. You are here on the Mitch Race podcast. Welcome, Florida. It is so good to see you as well. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, you are here on the Mitch Race podcast, as I said probably a few times already. But I am an image strategist, and I help younger males who are on their value journey, who are distracted. I also help seasoned to middle-aged males who are also distracted, unclear, and don't know their value gain clarity and vision so that they can become the best version of themselves while earning their desired high level income to match their image. As an image strategist, I help people to sort of see what is going on inside of them that is hindering that that next level journey, that next level place that they need to get to. Sometimes it's confidence, sometimes it's low self-esteem, sometimes it's invisibility, sometimes, as it's been lately, has been scarcity thinking. Welcome, Trinidad. So good to see you. Welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to see you all. Um, so yeah, so that's who I help. I work with a lot of different people. I help young men. I help seasoned men. I help older men as well, and women. I have a wide swath of people that are tuning into me and asking me to really just asking and seeking my advice and seeking some help in getting to the next level of themselves because I realize this self-image, self-confidence, self-esteem, all of those things, they really, as much as they do, there are things that affect them, and that there are things that play into them and they play into, such as your sex, um, your race, your income. Um, a lot of those things matter, but we all have a self-image. We all have an idea of what we see in ourselves and how others see us. Um, we all have confidence levels that seem to ebb and flow. We all have low self-esteem at times and high self-esteem at times. And sometimes we all feel perhaps a little bit invisible, like we're not seen. We also don't feel like we're enough. So we suffer from a lot of these little things. We are, as they say, bedeviled by it, but we don't have to be overcome by it. That's why there's podcasts such as this podcast, and and there are coaches out here who, like myself, are image coaches, self-image coaches, because we want to see people get to the next best level of themselves, and we understand that really well. So that being said, I want to thank you. I want to thank you first and foremost for allowing me into your home, into your laptop or your phone, into whatever space it is for you. Thank you for trusting me enough. Thank you for trusting me enough to be a part of your investment because you're valuable and a part of mine each week, each story, each reel, each post you are a part of, and we are invested in each other. MRP, you and me. I love it. I love it. I love it. So here we are with podcast number 89. 5 reasons an abundant mindset could change to a scarcity mindset. Something clicked for me a few weeks ago, about 2 weeks before my first masterclass. This was in September, around probably September. The masterclass was on, and it was awesome. was on the 24th, I believe. I don't want to get my dates mixed up, so I'm kind of watching. I have to watch it with the numbers. But it was about, actually, it was about 2 weeks before my master class. And I was working, my mind was working and analyzing, trying to figure out, excuse me, analyzing, not trying, because we don't try here. And I was doing a lot of thinking about this. Podcast number 84 in September, it was Scarcity Mindset. Is it hindering you from next level greatness? And as I've been really kind of like sifting through and sharing my story, revisiting a lot of areas in my life, wrapping my head around my thinking at that level of scarcity, what that actually meant then, and that thinking that was holding me back. It was not supporting self investment, but it supported being stuck. It was not looking for reasons why I should, but finding reasons why I shouldn't and couldn't. Time, money, you know the drill. The biggest thing about that whole scarcity mindset trip that I was on was how it almost kept me from unwrapping my gift. I had fear, I had discomfort. Scarcity mindset had worked to stall, sidetrack, and subvert me from taking the journey that has now changed my life and the lives of others, and what is taking form now as my life's work, because I consider self image now, self esteem, confidence, and scarcity thinking to be my life's work. And more, um, the thinking of self as a system, which I'm really excited about. Diving in more and talking about it a lot and thinking about it a lot, this whole thing about scarcity mindset is going on about my story in that hotel room in Vegas. And I'll get more into that. And scarcity mindset stands out as the culprit. I've been researching this and been really, really thinking on it, on what happened. And as I thought back in my story, I'm starting to see that the catalyst that led to the Vegas image crisis, as it were, and I realized one more critical thing about that time. And it was that sometime before that time, my thinking was pretty abundant. So what was the trigger? You see, it's one thing to go from poor to rich, rags to riches, the gutter to glory. That's low to high. But I went from high to low, and there's a difference. I went from high to low where I could see, I could clearly remember feeling and literally being on top of the world. My thinking was very much having enough and being a whole lot. Really was. That puts another level of clarity in my understanding of how important it is to pay attention to the things that create the actual conditions for scarcity thinking to take residence in your mind and in your heart. The reasons why I'd go, why someone would go, why you'd go from abundant thinking to scarcity thinking. So, on today's podcast, 5 reasons an abundant mindset could change to a scarcity mindset. I really want you to listen to that for a second and let it spin in your head a little bit. Reasons an abundant mindset could change to a scarcity mindset. An abundant mindset can shift to a scarcity mindset due to factors such as trauma, childhood experiences, and stressful life events such as job loss or financial instability. To counter this, practice gratitude, focus on solutions instead of problems, and invest in personal and professional growth. I'm going to give you 5 reasons for this shift, and we're going to talk about what you can do about it. Fair enough? So if you're getting value, feel free to put it in the chat. I see some new people, some new faces out there I want to welcome. I see the screen name Inked Bronx joined, and I want to welcome you. I think I know who that is, but I'm not 100% sure. If you would like to put your name in the chat, that's fine. And where you're from, that's awesome. And if not, it's A-OK. So, 5 reasons for the shift. Let's talk about number one, which is past trauma or stressful life events, which we did briefly, but I'm going to just kind of delve into this a little bit more. Events like the job loss, a divorce, or significant debt can trigger anxiety and fear. I can tell you, I have felt that, leading to a scarcity mindset where you feel insecure about resources. I'm going to stop on that one for a second, I think, and then I'm going to go to the other ones because I kind of want to share with you some of my thoughts, and I have those in my notes, and I'm going to kind of just shift over here a little bit because it's really important to understand that one point. For me, it is, and it might be valuable for you, and I feel this whole thing is going to be valuable to you. But I'm going to kind of walk you through the steps of how this all kind of like occurred. I experienced loss with the passing of my mom. Okay, you might say that that's a that's a stressful life event. I had shifts in my relationships at the time, which left me feeling broke and broken. I'm going to keep it real with you. My financials were like a roller coaster, really, literally just ramping up and down, up and down. For the most part, there was some stability, but I can tell you there was a lot of tomfoolery going on in there, a lot of shenanigans, okay, with my finances. That planted seeds of fear, seeds of doubt, and not enough. So that led to the breakdown in my self-esteem and my self-confidence armor. That led to the breakdown of my self-esteem and my self-confidence armor, which of course led to the image crisis that I experienced when I did not recognize myself in the mirror in Vegas after all of this, where I noticed that there was something missing about me. I noticed that I didn't have that spark. I noticed that I did not recognize and did not appreciate what I looked like. And even though I went to this business conference and I was smiling and looked like I was having a good time, and maybe nobody noticed, but I noticed when I went to that bathroom and I looked in that mirror and I saw myself. And when I saw myself, I didn't see myself, but I saw myself. And I needed next level tools. I knew that. I had to get to the next level because whatever level I was at, there was trouble there. And I had to find myself out of it and get through it. And I got through it. I didn't have a real plan, but when I got back to New York, I was contacted by my mentor, D. Walker Inspires, who reminded me that I had more in me than I thought, that I had been through so much, but I could go further. And he encouraged me to throw my heart over the bar. I listened to him. I went into his programs. I checked in with the community of people who really cared and who loved me. And it literally saved my life. It took me from zero to hero. And I'm really super, super grateful that happened. And if I seem emotional about it, it's because I am. Because I realized how far I came. And I realized what I had to lose. And at that time I just couldn't see it. A scarcity mindset had almost robbed me of going forward, made me scared, fearful, question my everything. questioned my abilities, my self efficacy. My confidence was low. My self esteem was low. So thank God that I found the tools that I needed and I figured out what was going on, because that's why I'm here now, to be able to share with you. And I'm going to share with you as authentically as I feel like I can. I don't have anything really, really to hide when it comes to what happened. So now I'm beginning to really figure out that mine was past trauma and a very stressful life event. Really stressful life events string together. And if it could happen to me, it could happen to you. It can happen to any of you out there. And it can happen to somebody who's now listening to this podcast for the first time and figuring out, wow, I've got some thinking to do. I've got some investigating I've really got to do. I've got some analyzing that I've got to do. And this is where it starts. Let's continue on with the 5 reasons, because I know that this is valuable. And I want to thank you for allowing me to share my story with you. Number 2, another reason for the shift: childhood experiences and upbringing can shift your abundant mindset to a scarcity mindset. Growing up in a financially unstable environment can lead to a scarcity mindset passed down from parents who are constantly stressed out about money or taught that the resources were limited. I know some people right now that are going through this, and they have a family, and they've got to get through this, because if they don't get through this, honestly, and they have children, they have young ones involved, then it's a cycle that continues. So this is why it's really important to speak about these things, to understand these things, to unpack self-image more, because it's what you see very, very often, or what you don't see in the mirror. And that mirror is very valuable. Number 3, fear and anxiety. Fear and anxiety. I have experienced fear and anxiety. That's how an abundant mindset can shift to a scarcity mindset. Fear and anxiety. The center of a scarcity mindset is often fueled by fear and anxiety about not having enough, whether it's time, whether it's money, or opportunities. This anxiety can be triggered by external circumstances or internal, what you're thinking, thought patterns that you go over and over again. And that's why it's so insidious and very, very hard to detect, because your thinking is so immersed in anxiety and fear that those are the only things that you can really focus on and concentrate on. Societal and cultural influences, number 4, can shift your abundant mindset to a scarcity mindset. Societal and cultural influences. Pressures and negative comparisons from society can cause a person to feel like there is a number of good things available, leading to a competitive and scarcity focused viewpoint or outlook. And number 5, focusing on limitations. When forced, excuse me, number 5, focusing on limitations. When faced with a challenge, an abundant thinker may see possibilities for growth, while a scarcity thinker will focus solely on the limitations and what is lacking, leading to pessimism and inaction, thereby leaving you stuck. So, what can you do about it? Going from abundance to scarcity. When you're in that valley and you were at that mountaintop at one time, practice gratitude and mindfulness. Regularly taking time to appreciate what you have instead of what you lack can help you shift your focus away from what you lack. Mindfulness and meditation can also help ground you in the present moment. It's really all about just focusing on what you have. And when you focus on what you have, you may discover that you have quite a bit and that you have enough and that you'll have enough tomorrow too. Because it also has to do with where you put your trust in, who you put your trust in. See, God gives me confidence. In Him do I put my trust. This isn't a faith based conversation, and I'm not trying to draw anybody into anything. And nor am I trying to push my faith in your face. I'm just letting you know that that's one of the things, the thing that has really changed my life. Practicing gratitude. I'm grateful each and every day. I'm grateful for this time. I'm grateful for each and every one of you out here, the new faces that come on each week. My channels continue to grow. YouTube continues to grow. My relationships continue to grow. I have more than enough. I am enough. You are enough. You have enough. Do we deserve more? Maybe. Maybe if we work a little harder. Maybe if we look at some of the things that we need to do to fix our thinking. Yeah, I would say we deserve enough. We deserve more. If we can do that, and if we do that, focus on solutions and possibilities. If you are on that mountaintop and you hit that valley of scarcity, if you're on that mountaintop of abundance and you hit the valley of scarcity, focus on solutions and possibilities. Instead of dwelling on what's wrong, actively look for new opportunities and potential solutions. View challenges as changes, view challenges as chances to learn and to grow. If you don't mind, I'm going to shout an icon out for this. That would be Connie Korbelic. She is awesome at that. She focuses on solutions and possibilities in what looks like sometimes really challenging, insurmountable things that her generation faces and has faced and is facing now. And she's the first face in mind that comes to my mind when I see this one. She's the host of the Connie Korbelic podcast, and it's on Saturdays at 10. Excuse me, I want to get this right. She'll put it in the chat, but I believe it's 10:30, 11 o'clock. But it's worth it. Invest in yourself. This is something you can do about it. Invest in yourself. Commit to continuous personal and professional development through reading, workshops, or acquiring new skills. Now, when it comes to investing in yourself, I'm always very upfront and really unapologetic and just really just going to tell it like it is because that's the way that it is. You can invest in your time, you can invest in your money, you can invest in other people. Those are the things. But truly, to expect that you're going to not invest in yourself and you're not going to spend any money to invest in yourself. You're not going to spend any money on books. You're going to try to make a copy of it. Um, you're going to have a copy of every single audio, which is fine because I mean there's free resources out there, and I'm not telling you not to use them. But the most personal things that can help you, the coaching, the teaching, and there are even free master classes, which is awesome. I have one coming up. I'm going to announce that. I had to invest in my tools, and I've been doing that for years, decades. Yeah, decades. And it never gets old, to be honest with you, because you're always learning something new. There are a lot of things in books, and there are a lot of things in audios and whatnot. They really are. They're super. I have a library as well, and I keep adding to that. But I'm not afraid to invest in it. I'm not afraid to spend the money that it takes for me to have a good book or a good magazine or any of those things, or to attend the class, because I know that those things are valuable and those are the things that I appreciate that are real. Look, y'all know in these days of artificial intelligence, the real is where it's at. The real is where it's at. The real is always where it has been at. But you have to see it and you have to know it. You have to know what season you're in. And sometimes we have to be told. I was told. I was lucky. I was fortunate enough to be tapped on the shoulder 3 times by Darren to remind me. And I'm not so sure if anything free would have, at that time, would have reminded me the way that Darren Walker did, that I had more to offer and that I should trust and throw my heart over the bar. But I did. And I'm glad that I did. I'm super, super glad that I did because I'm thriving. I'm thriving and interacting with the best people on the planet. You can't pay enough for that experience. You can't. I'm in my purpose. I found my purpose as a result of investing in myself. So you can't tell me it doesn't work. You can tell me a lot of things, but you can't tell me it doesn't work. Hey, Leonard, the one name, probably 2 names I'm going to mention. Attorney Leonard Easter. He hates when I do that, so that's why I did it. I am so grateful for you all. I really, really am. Because if I'm not doing this on a Saturday morning, I'm wondering what is it that I'm doing. To me, there's nothing like doing what you love and being in the environment that you love and feeling and knowing that you have something to offer. And that's what investment, that self investment, investing in yourself will do for you. You will discover that in ways that you could not discover it, that you could not. Money is a tool. Money is a tool. And it helps you to get the best level, next level tools for your life and for your living. And that is the way that I see it. And I do believe that that is the way that it is. Surround yourself with positivity. This can help you. Surround yourself with positivity. Spend time with people who have an abundance mindset and who celebrate others' successes rather than comparing or competing. You're not competing against really anyone when you think about it. You are who you are, and that person is who they are. If they have something that you admire, then that's a good thing. But did you stop to think about that you have something that they would admire or that someone else would admire about you? So there's really no comparison And you can say, well, this person's doing exactly what I'm doing. That could be true, but that person's not you. And I just thought I would share that with you. It doesn't matter if 100 people are doing what I'm doing. I'm the best. And I know that. And I'm not doing that to big up myself. I'm doing that because I know the amount of love and work and energy that I put into being me and walking my calling, and how grateful I am to be walking in it and to have something to walk around with and share and help and grow with. And it's tears of joy. Not I'm not depressed. It's tears of joy. And I want you to experience that as well. So let me help you. Let me show you how it's done. So I just want to say this now. So because we're starting to come down from this, and parachutes open. Okay. Let's open up our parachutes. Parachutes open. And let's now come down to terra firma. And we're going to read some of these comments. But this one may test you because it really tested me. This next one that will help you to go from, if you've gone from abundance to scarcity, this one may test you. Give generously. Give generously. Engage in acts of kindness and generosity when you feel like you can't. It's a stretch. Helping others reinforces the belief that there is enough for everyone and can create a sense of community and abundance that benefits you as well. I'm not telling you to give away the kit and caboodle. Okay. I'm not telling you to give away everything that you have. What I'm telling you is that when you decide to change your level of thinking and give generously because someone else's life is on the line, and you realize that it's you that has to do that, that has to make that decision, it's going to stretch you. It's really going to stretch you because it stretched me. And what it did was it helped me to realize that I'm going to live another day to tell this story. That if I do something for someone and it really, really changes their life, if I have the resource to do that and do it, and I can see the evidence of that, how much it, how much peace that grants me, so much peace. There's some turmoil because it's a storm, but there is peace that comes as a result of that decision. If you made the right decision and you know in your heart you made the right decision and you believe it, there's peace that comes along with that decision. And it tells you you'll be alive another day to tell that story. Because I'm going through that now in a way. But I see how it's stretching me, how this has made my story a little more complete, a little more full. How I can see how where I was at that mountaintop of abundance. And when I fell to that scarcity mindset, how I got back up. And now I can share with someone else how to get back up. Let's go. Let's get it. This has been the Mitch Race Podcast, number 89. 5 reasons an abundant mindset could change to a scarcity mindset, and it could happen to you. Thank you very, very much for being here today, folks. I really appreciate you all. Darren Walker, I want to welcome you. And So, in closing, I just want to read some of these comments really because you all have been on fire and you've been really patient. So, I'm going to read just a few of these comments. I'm going to hop on here. I'm going to go over to Facebook a little bit and hopefully I can read some of those comments that are there as well. But I'm just going to take a few here from Instagram and I will save the rest. If anybody would like to screen capture, do feel free so that you have them as well. And if you'd like to reshare them, you can. Connie Korbelic, Lenny Easter, beautiful. My mentors have always said blessings can't flow from a closed fist. So I live with an open hand and allow things to come and go flowing to others around you. That's beautiful, Connie. I'm glad that Leonard was able to help impart some wisdom that was very helpful and reinforce. So I see you, Lenny. You recall saying from the past that, yeah, that one is not truly rich until they have nothing else left to give away. Wow, that's a big takeaway, man. It's huge. Thank you for the wonderful insights, Shah from Trinidad. Thank you so much. Appreciate your vulnerability. Amen. Thank you. I'm happy to share. It's a blessing. Yes, it is you versus you, Dallas. Our image capacity and what we are reflecting. Amen to all of that. This is Nettie from Florida. Amen to all of that. You are not competing against anyone. That's right. We all have something to share, and we all need that important message that God has given each other to share. Amen. I feel you on that one, Nettie. I want to thank you for this one, Connie. Mitch, you are Mr. Image. You bring awareness, personal discovery, and introspection each Saturday morning for your audience. You convey it in such a beautiful way. We don't feel attacked, but question. Amen to that. I'm not here to attack anyone. I want to thank you for that, Connie. I'm here to share and grow. And sometimes in growing, we have to ask the questions. And God has given me a gift of reframe, and I'm going to use it. And I'm using it. I can't experience abundance unless I'm seen, unless my story is being told. Thank you, Mitch. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I think that I'm not sure exactly who that is, but I see it's growing and glowing GLC. Not sure who that is. I think I know who that is, though. Face your mirror image unmasked. Tony from DC. Yes, face your mirror image unmasked. I want to just come to another one from DC here. Your systematic analysis of abundance and scarcity mindset, its origins, problematic core, and need to consciously pursue positive over negative alternatives can only begin when you face your mirror. That is absolutely 100% bona fide truth. Thank you for that one, DC. I want to make sure that I get everyone in here. I'm going to go over to Facebook now and try to hop in, and let's see what we can do here. Let's see who's out there. Welcome, Sonia Dungy, Strong Island. Welcome, Elba Torres. Still don't know where you're from, Elba. And of course, welcome, Darren Walker from Florida. Let me see if I can get to some of these comments here. I'm always wary about that because I'm always worried about I'm going to click this thing off and I just can't see anything. I see you, Brent Harris from Oklahoma. I see you here. Thank you for being here. And I'm still not seeing every single one of the comments, but I also want to welcome Barbie Shepley. So in closing, I just want to say thank you, IG, OGs, MRP, OGs, FB, OGs, and YTOGs. This has been the Mitch Race Podcast. Again, until another, reframe your vision, reframe your value, and reframe your victory. Thanks again for being here. Thanks for spending and investing your time with me. And I'll see you all soon. Give you back some of that time. Have a wonderful and amazing weekend. And really, just continue to be grateful. Love, be grateful. Share the love, share the gratitude with yourselves, with each other, with your loved ones. I'll talk to you all soon, and I'll see you out here on the highways and byways later, everybody. Thanks.